What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team's Home Circus live video. So we're over updated Memento. This is going to be Memento Fiendsmith. We will be showing you guys different variations of the deck if you want to play as well. If you don't want to play the Fiendsmith cards, you can definitely bump up these cards here and play the Goblin Blake Grand Breakout. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel a lot. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and like the video if you guys want to see more content like this. And let's dive in. So we're starting off with three of the best starters. This is going to be Tatsumashiko. Like we all know, this is going to be a one-card starter, alongside the 3 Darkblade, and we actually are now down to 2 Anguich. So this was going to be a big card that we were talking about when we were playing the Fiendsmith engine before, because now the Fiendsmiths are also a 1-card starter. So Engraver is going to be the 1-card starter as well, which is now going to bring us up to 11 1-card starters, which is important. So that's kind of why we are cutting down on the Anguich. It is the worst normal summon off the Darkblade, but obviously the special amount of the Tatsumashiko being the first action is going to be your best one, of course, out of all of them. So you can cut down on the Darkblade if you want to as well. We just opted not to. And then we are still playing the 2 Sleepy, the 1. We are playing the 1 Acheron for anyone who does not know what this card does. This card has 3 incredible effects. It makes it when it's summoned that your Mento monsters that are level 9, so really just this and this, can attack directly this turn. And then if it's destroyed, you can summon you can add back any banished or in your graveyard Memento card, and then of course if Memento monster is destroyed, you can summon himself out from the graveyard. Just nice for another body. So you really kind of pop this off Bone Party most of the time. You can pop it off Twin Dragon as well. There's different variations you can do. Being able to add back the fusion makes the combos even different. I know Sleepy at 2 is going to be a little bit different than you guys have seen in our decks. I just really enjoy it. If you guys have been on the channel before, you know that's kind of my signature thing. Sleepy at 2 lets me play through Nibiru a little bit more, as well as having a follow-up a little bit nicer. We play the 1 Gaddock, the 1 Goblin, the 1 Mace. So important to note that if you are choosing to not play the Fiendsmith engine, you are going to be able to bump up the Goblins, and you're going to be playing this to kind of get you into the Goblin. But we are not playing that because we are playing the Fiendsmith cards, which is going to be kind of it for your Memento package. So for the Fiendsmith package, it's kind of very large. We have triple Engraver, the 1 Lacrima, and the 1 Lurie. There's not much to mention about this. This is going to be one of your new cards, which allows you to go have access into your Desiree. What's important to note, if you do summon this off Requiem, you're not going to have access to a Caesar line. That's just kind of important to note. You also don't want to be ever normal summoning this. You can play if you do. It's just not going to lead you into the Memento combo that you're looking for. This is going to be Memento combo by going into the Aerial Eater and then doing to dump the Goblin, and then we're going to summon it back out with Cross Sheep, allowing you to have access. So kind of important to note, this is going to be now allowing you to go for Desiree, which is now going to be in the deck. That's it for your Fiendsmith package. You know, we have mentioned before, you can absolutely cut these down if you want to. You know, if you don't want to play these, you can definitely play 3 Breakout. You can cut this up for your Anguich, and then the Lurie will be the copy of the Azaroon, and you can play really whatever else you want in your engine slot. You know, you bump up this to a Goblin, and then the track would be the copy of Azaroon. Now for the hand traps, we're still playing a bunch of it. It is a hand trap format: 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Veiler, 3 Imperm, triple Ghost Ogre, and then the 1 Nib and the 1 Druid Worm. You can play Nibiru if you want to instead of the Ghost Rabbit. It has been going back in and out of my deck. I just really am opting to play this right now because I think Mimigul, Snake Eyes, Fire King, and Yubel are going to be very popular, as well as this deck. And being able to hit like this on the Tatsumashiko can be very impactful, which is why we're just opting to play it. I think that this is a perfect ratio of hand traps. I don't think I'm going to change anything, but I'm going to be exploring it a little bit more. I don't think the Dominus Impact Impulse is going to be good in this deck at all. I feel like, you know, you have different cards that are lights and earths. You don't want to be activating it. I saw someone play it online. I was like, that's just horrible. Please do not play Dominus Impulse in this deck. Then for our spells, we're on the Mentolian City, the triple Bone Party. We are back on the 2 fusions, and then we are on the track, the Call by the Grave, and the Trap. So you definitely can play, if you want to, the other trap in the deck. I'm not necessarily saying that it is correct. I have gone back and forth playing the Cranium Burst as well as the Fracture Dance. I do really love the other trap. I think in some matchups it's going to be definitely better than the Cranium Burst. But, you know, going first, going in blind, having the Cranium Burst just always feels kind of nice, being able to boost up, you know, having multiple interactions with your opponent, and just making it lose 1,000 attack is not going to be that big of a deal. Bone Party is going to be absolutely crazy. You know, a lot of players are still just holding their ashes for the Bone Party and it never shows up. A lot of times you do end up playing it now with the new Acheron. You're going to be having access to Bone Party and the Mento Fusion completely because you add the Acheron to the hand, you special summon it out, and then you pop with the Fusion, and instead of searching for Fusion like you would before, you search for the Bone Party, and then the Acheron gets destroyed, adding you the Fusion to the hand, and now you have access to both of these for just the cost of one Fusion. So there's going to be like different variations of that you can see. We're going to be adding more cards to the hand, and like this deck has seen before, no really one hand trap is going to be just good enough for it. That's going to be it for the main deck. I believe it's 43 cards. It could be 42 as well. I'm not exactly sure. We're still testing out the ratios a little bit. It can be changing. I want to get it close to 40 as possible, but not going to be removing any of the consistency pieces because obviously you see there's lots of one-card combos. Now moving on to the extra deck. We are going to be playing the 2 Creation King. This is going to be very standard. If you're playing pure, you definitely bump this up. The 1 Twin Dragon, which is very important to note. If you do not recycle these, you're going to be in a big trouble. You can add cards back from the banished pile now with Acheron, which is going to be one of your best cards if you do get hit with anything else. Just important to note that you want to put this back at all times. This Mace and these Gaddock are going to be your main targets to put back at all costs. Just important to note. Then for the Fiendsmith engine, we are playing the Closed Moon, the Requiem, the Sequence, the Princess, the Aerial Eater, the Desiree, and the Caesar. We're playing the full Fiendsmith package. There's nothing else really to say about it. Everything here is going to be pretty much mandatory. You know, you do now go into the Moon a little bit more than you used to because we have the Requiem as well, or I guess the Lacrima as well. And so now we just kind of be able to go for the Desiree. You normally want to choose which one you want to end on. If you're starting off the combo to just give yourself nib protection, you can go for the Caesar, and your other board can just be good enough. But if you want to just make a whole entire board, you can go for the Desiree as well. Now, for the other cards, we are playing the Cross Sheep, the Mirage, as well as the SP. These cards are going to be, you know, pretty mandatory. If you're playing against Temp by your own and on a spell and trapping it, you can go for the Herald as well. The Cross Sheep, it's really good because it is part of your combo, as well as, you know, just being able to bring it back at any time with your fusions. And then SP Little Knight helps you play through Nibiru, as well as just being a crazy interruption piece for your combo. And then the last 2 cards are going to be optional slots. We're playing the Goddess and the Typhon. I was playing at the sneak peek. We ended up making a Moon, and then we activated the effect. Our opponent was like, what? And I was like, call my bluff. And then we took away 2 of their monsters, which are only 2 cards on the field for this. One of them was a Flamberge, which tried to activate the effect, and we had to negate it with the Gundurwald Goddess, which was absolutely incredible. But yeah, you can definitely cut these if you want to. You know, the extra deck is now a little bit more flexible. I wouldn't play the Rabbit because our deck is already going to be powerful enough. Setting a trap is not going to be always going to be the best. You want to normally end on an SP or Mirage. And, you know, you don't want to play IP anymore in this. I don't think that's going to be very good. But if you definitely wanted to, you could bump up the Twin Dragon or the Creation King. You could play the Guardian Chimera. I just don't think this card is going to be really good in this deck anymore because of the fact that you have so many pops regardless. You don't really need to. So that's going to be it for the extra deck and for the deck profile. If you guys want to be seeing anything more, let me know in the comment section down below. I have been testing this deck quite a bit. There's going to be a combo video going up Friday. So if you guys want to be seeing that, make sure you stay tuned. If you have any other comments, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll make sure to answer every one of them. Don't forget to stay safe. Peace.